When I first met Harper, I thought I had found my everything. Her laugh was the kind of sound you wanted to bottle up and save for a rainy day. Eyes, they held a universe I was desperate to explore. We fell in love fast and hard, like something out of a movie. We got married on a sunny afternoon in a small garden, surrounded by our closest friends and family. I promised to give her my whole heart, and for 5 years, I thought she had done the same. Life was good. We built a home together, not just with bricks and mortar, but with shared dreams and inside jokes. I was Carter, the guy who had it all. A loving wife, a steady job, a future that looked as bright as that wedding day. We talked about having kids, about growing old together on a porch somewhere, watching sunsets. It was a perfect picture, and I was so proud to be in it. But then, little things started to feel off. It began subtly. She started working late more often. Her phone, which used to be left casually on the coffee table, was suddenly always in her pocket or face down. When I'd ask about her day, her answers became vague, just short sentences that didn't invite more questions. I told myself I was being paranoid. This was Harper. My Harper, she wouldn't. She couldn't. One evening, I came home early from a business trip, wanting to surprise her. The house was quiet. I called her name, but there was no answer. I found her car in the garage, so she had to be home. A weird feeling crept into my gut. I walked upstairs to our bedroom, and that's when my world shattered. The door was slightly ajar. I heard voices, her voice giggling, and then a man's voice, low and unfamiliar. My heart hammered against my ribs. I couldn't breathe. It felt like the air had been sucked out of the room. I pushed the door open, and there she was, my wife with another man, in our bed. The bed where we slept, where we dreamed our future together. The look on her face when she saw me. It wasn't just shock. It was guilt, but it was quickly replaced by something cold, something I'd never seen before. The man scrambled for his clothes, avoiding my eyes. I couldn't even look at him. My eyes were locked on Harper. "How could you?" I whispered. The words barely came out. She just stood there, pulling the sheet around her. She didn't cry. She didn't apologize. She just said, "Carter, it's not what you think." But it was exactly what I thought. It was so much worse. The silence in that room was deafening. The man, whose name I never bothered to learn, mumbled a sorry and practically ran out of my house. And then it was just the two of us. Two strangers standing in the ruins of our marriage. I asked her why. I needed to know why. Was I not enough? Did I do something wrong? Her answer broke me more than the act itself. She said she felt bored, trapped. She said our perfect life felt like a cage she needed to escape from. Our dreams, our home, our love, but to her it was a prison. Every word was a knife, twisting deeper into my already broken heart. The woman I loved, the woman I had built my entire world around, had just told me our life was a lie. That night I packed a bag and left. I couldn't stand to be in that house another second. Every corner held a memory that was now tainted. I drove for hours with no destination, the city lights blurring through my tears. I felt so incredibly stupid. All those late nights, the secret phone calls, the signs were all there. I just refused to see them because I loved her too much. I trusted her completely. The days that followed were a blur of pain and anger. I went through the motions of life, but I was numb. My friends and family rallied around me, but their words of comfort couldn't reach the hollow space inside me. I had given her my heart, every single piece of it, and she had crushed it without a second thought. The divorce was messy and painful. She tried to play the victim, to twist the story, but the truth was undeniable. We sold the house, the home we had built together. Watching the sold sign go up felt like the final nail in the coffin of our life together. I had to start over from scratch, not just with my living situation, but with my entire sense of self. For a long time I was bitter. I hated her for what she did, for the person she turned me into, someone who was cynical and afraid to trust. I replayed that night over and over in my head, searching for answers that weren't there. What does someone you love so deeply betray you so completely? But eventually I realized that staying angry was like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick. It was only hurting me. I had to let it go. Not for her, but for me. I started focusing on myself. I hit the gym, reconnected with old hobbies I'd let slide, and spent more time with people who genuinely cared about me. Slowly, Very slowly, the light started to come back into my life. I started to heal. I learned that my worth wasn't defined by someone else's inability to love me. The pain didn't disappear overnight, but it began to lessen. It became a scar, a reminder of a battle I had fought and survived, rather than an open wound. I learned a hard lesson about love and trust. I learned that you can give someone your whole heart, but you can't control what they do with it. And most importantly, I learned that even when your world falls apart, you have the strength to rebuild it. It won't be the same world you had before, but it can be a better one, a stronger one. Today, I'm in a much better place. I'm happy again. I'm not the same naive, trusting guy I was before, but I'm also not the broken, angry man I became in the aftermath. I'm just Carter. And for the first time in a long time, that feels like enough. My story has a painful chapter, but it's not the end of the book. It's just the part that taught me how to be my own hero. If you're going through something similar, please know that you are not alone. The pain feels all-consuming, but it won't last forever. Focus on yourself, allow yourself to heal, and remember that you deserve a love that is honest and true. Your story isn't over either. Thank you for listening. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more stories. Stay strong.